So the intro, whoever does the intro, who's going to do it? You?
Yeah. We can do like a whatever.
I just want to know where you put my beer.
Is it right here?
And my top is slanted.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
No, that's not mine. Oh. My top is crooked. Let me see. I think that's mine. How much is drank? This one's mine. This one's mine. You haven't drank that much. I love you. It's no big deal.
Jesus Christ.
What is going on, guys? This is the inaugural Warning Order podcast.
All right, what is up? Welcome back. You are watching the Warning Order. If you're on YouTube, you're watching. You're awesome. Otherwise, you are listening on iHeartRadio, Spotify, or MLTRY.com. We've got an awesome episode for you guys today. We've got our first guest appearance, and he just so happens to be a badass. Vincent Rocco Vargas. What's up, man?
Yo, what up? I don't know if I'm a badass, but thank you.
So what's up, man?
Chilling, man. Chilling.
How's the family? You got a new baby?
Man, it was nice to get out of the house because catch up on sleep. Yeah. It was like, I got to go. So I get out of the house and go sleep in the car for a little bit.
I had to be there at 8, and we started at 10, but I'm going to sleep in the car for about an hour and a half.
Right.
No, it's good, man. It's good to kind of, man, I was saying this to my wife that I feel bad for my other kids because right now I'm 38. I'm kind of like, I'm in the moment. You know, I wasn't always living in the moment as a youngster.
Yeah.
So I remember everything now. Like I'm watching my son, every movement, everything, and I'm like appreciating all that shit. Like nothing but gratitude in the fucking world right now. But when I was younger, I can't remember half the shit, and I feel bad for my daughters and my sons because they're like, Dad, do you remember? I was like, I don't remember shit, bro. I'm a 20-year-old kid having a baby, bro. Like my mind was not on like being a great dad, and that's something I obviously fucking have worked on throughout the years. But now I'm like, oh shit, I'm relevant in this kid's life completely, and so like I enjoy every little aspect of it now.
Yeah,
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's dope as fuck.
It's totally different. I mean, it comes off of how you are personally at that time. Like when you know, because like we talked about, I got all kinds of kids out there, and some of them you're just not the right mind to,
No, bro, I was a college baseball player, one of them, and then I joined the military, the other, and like genuinely, I was deployed or I was gone for training. Like my whole active duty time, and so like I missed all their lives, and I'm just surprised they even know who the fuck I was.
Were you there for each one of them being born?
No, I've only caught now 3 kids being born, and I have 5 blood kids, right? So my oldest daughter, I was gone. I was in Kentucky playing baseball. She was born. I found out 2 weeks later. I was go, and I wasn't. Me and her mom weren't tight, but me and her mom eventually got married.
Yeah.
So my second kid, I came back from Iraq. Luckily, caught it. Boom. Third kid, I was there. I was just about to get out of Ranger Battalion a couple months before I got out of Ranger Battalion. I was there for that. And then my son, who's 10 now, I went to the Border Patrol 4 days before he was born. Dumb decision, right? It was like, hey, you're going to start the Border Patrol Academy this date. And I'm like, fuck yeah. Nothing stopped me. Because like in my head, like this is going to give my family so much opportunity.
Yeah.
I should have just said, can we delay it a month? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like the young me was just like motivated to get shit started for the family. Yeah. And I'm like, look, it's all good. He'll forgive me.
Yeah.
And I made that decision. I fucking regret that shit, And so now, I could have been in LA working. I could have been in LA hustling different gigs and acting and all this shit, but I decided to take a fucking local job just to keep the bills fucking paid and be there for the kid. And so, now I got to experience the whole thing, and it's been fucking, man, it's been a good decision. Thank God.
Yeah. Roger that, man. Well, you got a ton of stuff going on, man.
Yeah.
A ton. You're on, you got Mayans, and you're heading down there, shortly next month or something like that.
Yeah.
To get on with filming with that, man. You're on the cover of Skill Set magazine, which is awesome,
dope.
man. That's huge.
Yeah, that's cool.
So you have that next to the shitter? Do you look at yourself a lot?
I don't have it. They sent me a bunch and I just hand them off. Like,
should have brought one. We put it right here.
I should have, dude. It's funny. It's just, I don't know. It's cool, but I try not to push it myself too often. Like if someone shares it with me, I reshare it. But like, I'm trying to give them love because I respect the fact that they gave me an opportunity, and it's kind of cool. But at the same time, like, I try.
You're not that guy carrying around like
With age comes
60 or
humility?
70 of those magazines, just ready to like hand them out wherever you're going.
Like, no, bro.
That's not you.
No.
How much of that shit cost you though? If he had 60 or 7 magazines, he's passing them out all the time. He's gonna spend everything he's ever made on
Bro,
magazines.
I paid for like 500 headshots just so I can sign it for people, and I can't bring myself to actually do it. My wife say, just give them away or just sell them. People want them, you can sell them. I'm like, I don't know yet. It's kind of it's a weird space because I still don't. I mean, I think personally, I respect the position I'm in, and it's cool, and I'm happy, and like all the gratitude and all that bullshit. But at the end of the day, I think personally, I can't. I don't feel I've made it right. So I guess I
love that, dude.
It's hard for me to feel like this picture is even worth signing for you to fucking hang on your wall. I don't know why, but
I love that,
you know,
man.
So it's still hard for me to figure that out.
In all honesty, a lot of people though, man, like after actually like knowing you a little bit, man, and like getting to know, like you're a very like humble person. You know what I mean? A lot of people and, you know, veterans or whatever that want to kind of follow in maybe your footsteps, right? And kind of like get, you know, garner the success that you're doing, you know, and I can't say that everyone's going to take the same steps that you would, you know, if they're on a cover of Skill Set magazine or whatever the hell magazine, whatever.
Yeah.
I can't say that they wouldn't be that individual going around trying to be, hey, look at me. You know, you have to have a different kind of mindset.
How long did it take you to get to that? So that's, I mean, I agree 100%, but like, you know, we talked about it a little bit. How long did it take? How many failures did it take for you to be like, man, I need to be more humble. I need to, show a little humility.
I think that's what it is. I think life has a way of humbling us. You know what I'm saying? And I think life, you know, being a religious man of not like crazy extreme, but like to the point where I feel like God has always found a way to fucking find some.
We're some sinning Christians on a daily basis.
Yeah. And so it's like, you know, I think just from like college, I started getting humbled. You know, I was a pretty good ball player, man, but I was also a fucking stupid drunk. You know what I mean? And I was just making stupid decisions. And eventually when I lost my scholarship to baseball and had to join the military, I didn't have to. I just fucking was like, well, fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, things like that, man, they make you feel like, fuck, like, quit being a dumbass. You know what I mean? And so slowly you keep getting humbled and humbled. I know when I was in high school, I was a pretty quiet kid. My first year of college is probably where I started popping off and acting real crazy and being comfortable in my own skin. Like, I was prom king, bro, but I think it was prom king because I was like Miss Congeniality. Like,
you took the glasses off and let your hair down.
You know what I'm saying? Like straight up, like I was in like art class, I was in like Hispanic fucking club, I was a baseball player, a football player, a basketball player. Like, you know what I mean? I think I just knew enough people that like the popular dude had no chance. You know? Because even the nerds, like I was cool with everybody. You know? So like just nice to everyone, not like an outspoken dude, but like kind of a class clown here. So I think that's the only reason I got prom king, because just more people knew me and were willing to vote for me other than like, you know, the stud jock, you know what I mean? And so like, you know, whatever, right?
Man, but look at that, right? From a different angle. Let's look at this. Because how many veterans or dudes that are in the military or dudettes, chicks out there, you know, whatever it is, they like boast about everything they did and most of the things they didn't do.
Yeah.
I mean, you're on here telling people the same as we've been. You got to humble yourself, let people know, like, man, I joined because, I mean, fuck, I didn't know what else I was going to do.
Yeah.
Like, it was either get a regular job or join the military. But everyone you meet, it's like, man, I was, you know, I pretty much was going to go play in the NFL, but, you know, I just decided I want to fight for this country. Oh, really? That's fucking nuts. You're 5'6", 140.
Bro, it's funny, like to know my college baseball career is like kind of in a nutshell my life of just like how much I was stupid. Like I got kicked out of my first junior college for a fight that happened at a pager shop. You know what I mean? And
He's that old.
yeah, a pager shop. Yeah, people are listening like, what's that?
Yeah, what's a pager?
It's right. It's the thing you run to after you get a page. You go run to the payphone, which
It's
you might not know what that is either.
You're not.
Yeah. So it's like that's like the first fight, and then I got in trouble for some stupid like check fraud with some dude tried to con me, and fucking that got me kicked out of a second college. You know what I mean? So it was like a lot of stupid things, but like growing up in LA, you kind of grow up fast. You kind of grow up learning the hustle. You kind of grow up. My father was a gang member. My brother was involved, and you know, and I was pushed to stay into sports to stay off the street. Like my father was like a really rough dude. Ex-Marine, you know what I'm saying, or former Marine. Excuse me.
I was about to say, you know, once a Marine, always Marine.
Yeah, former Marine,
Yeah.
and you know, so his heavy-handed fucking ways and really just wanting the best for me was keep me off the streets, and which kept me playing baseball since I was 4 all the way up in sports my whole life. Just raised just like in a fast environment, man. I learned a lot from the street as much as I learned a lot from my father and learned a lot from friggin' just experiences and you know, like I joined the Army, I was 23 years old, bro. I mean, I go to basic training, like I'm the old dude in the room. There's like 3 of us that are older, and all of a sudden I'm the dude of wisdom. Like, that's crazy. It tripped me the fuck out. And at the same time, it's like I already knew who I was. I did 4 years of fucking college. I did the drinking. I did the partying. I have a kid. It's like all these things, like I'm so far past like trying to find out who my identity is and what I am and what I represent. Like, I knew what I was from the beginning, dog. I was like, my father and my mother raised me to think a certain way. I wanted a family my whole life. I wanted to raise kids. You know, I've been in leadership positions from baseball all the way up. And so it's like, I kind of knew who I was, but then now trying to figure out this new culture of the military was an interesting, like, I guess, debacle I had to figure out too now.
So I know, like, you grow up in LA, and your old man being a Marine vet, and he's a badass cut man too in the boxing world now too.
He's pretty well known,
and that's something obviously you grew up around in boxing, MMA.
Yeah, we grew up in the fight culture. Just by chance, my father and my mother really loved boxing, and my dad he boxed a little bit in the Marine Corps, and he grew up in like street fighting. Like he's a crazy Puerto Rican dog. Like he was like, now he's old dude, you know what I mean? Yeah. A grandpa, so he's like the nicest motherfucker ever. But he was a tough cat, man. He would throw down with anyone. He was willing to throw down with anyone, and I was raised kind of like trying to be like that, but I didn't have the same heart, right? Like my dad had no fear in a fight. Yeah. I had so much anxiety before a fight, bro. I thought I wasn't man enough. You know what I mean? It fucked my head up. To the aspect of why I have so many tattoos. I was raised by a man who's fully covered in tattoos, dog. I've wanted to emulate my father since I was little. I wanted to be the toughest dude in the room and willingness to fight, but I was scared out of my fucking nuts. My dad pushed me to fight my whole life, bro. Like, when I say this, like front grass, 2 chairs, fucking boxing gloves, the first dude that walks up and gets off the bus, I'm fighting. He's like, hey, come box my son. And boom, we're throwing down. You know what I'm saying? And me and my brother's 5 years old. He goes, get inside. I'm getting my ass beat. My dad's like, get inside. You know, like I'm like, what the fuck, bro? This dude is kicking my ass. And I'm still sitting here crying and like trying to throw bombs because like if I don't, I'm nervous my dad's going to hit me next, right?
How old were you?
Man, that started from like when I was probably 6 all the way up, dog.
Hell yeah.
You know, like I fought. But it's like when I say my dad's hit, my dad's never going to, like my dad, you know.
He might give you a little bit, but not the full thing.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? My dad was throttled on by his dad, but I think my dad, you know, just to go back, like my grandfather wasn't a very good dude, and so we only know as fathers of what our fathers have taught us. And so my dad, I think, knew he wanted to be a better dad than his dad, but also didn't know how far down to dwindle it down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he definitely had his heavy moments, but it is what it is, right? I respect him now so much more, knowing what it's like raising kids of my own.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I dwindled it down myself too for my kids. And there's times where I feel like, ooh, maybe that was too much. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be a better man. I'm hoping my kids do the same. You know, but you know, so I grew up fighting, man. I had a twin sister. My dad was like, if she comes home crying and you didn't do something about it, I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'd fuck up everybody, dog.
Roger fucking that.
By the time my sister got to high school, she knew like people were like, man, you're gonna date her, but you gotta deal with that guy. You know what I mean? And I'm like, bro, it's not my fault. I just gotta deal with that guy. You know what I mean? I gotta deal with Pops, bro. Yeah. So, you know, that's just growing up like that. You know, we grew up fighting. We grew up trying to emulate my father, who's just like the toughest man I've ever met. And I still to this day am never gonna be as tough as that dude. You know what I mean? Like I used to fight for the Army, you know, the Army combatants programs, and walking up to a match, I'd be like, oh God. Somebody stab me, lightning strike, God kill me before I get into this ring. Because there's this anxiety about a fight that is like the unknown. Like, am I going to embarrass myself? Am I going to get knocked out? And like that pressure I've never liked. But the coolest thing is like when you've trained your whole life, you realize like, what are you scared of? You trained for this shit and you're pretty good sometimes. You know what I mean? And there's dudes going to kick your ass too, but everyone at the end respects you for just stepping in that bitch. So I take all that experience and trying to dump it onto my kids. Like, look, I get it when you're nervous. I've done it, you know. But yeah, man, growing up with that dude it's an interesting thing. And now watching him on TV, he was on TV last night. You know, I get to see him on TV doing cut man shit for fun. Yeah. It's just cool, man.
That's so fucking cool, man. Yeah. Well, you talk about baseball, man. Like, how do you talk about that transition from like boxing, MMA, and getting into baseball? How was that your calling?
Yeah, it's just baseball became my sport, man. I was 4 years old. I played for the first time like t-ball. I was too young when my dad coached, so they let me play. You know what I mean? And then it just continued. I played year-round since I was about 7 years old. You know, played on all kinds of cool teams, you know, and fucking did really well. I was on the junior college all-star teams, all this shit, you know. Yeah. And I really believed that was my future, man. I'm left-handed pitcher, threw well. I was also a good hitter. And just stupid mistakes. I was too immature at the time. You know what I'm saying? Just really immature because I enjoyed, like, people used to call me Goathead, right? That was my nickname in high school. It started my freshman year. Goathead, which transitioned to Goat. For me, I heard greatest of all time. But the truth was that wasn't what it represented. It meant like just I was a fucking knucklehead, dude. You know what I mean? I was the GOAT. Everyone called me the GOAT. And I started to live up to that personality, right? It's kind of like veterans live up to fucking the veteran idea of what the personality of a veteran is. I was living up to what they wanted the GOAT to be. And so I was the wild man. I was the party man. I was the fuck up, the dude, the crazy motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I knew I was gonna go to parties and I was gonna be like, I'm gonna walk in and people were like, let's go. You know, and I let that feed me for so many fucking years, dude. And the personality or the character of what like the GOAT created was not a baseball player, dude. He was a party animal. You know what I'm saying? He was just a fucking dumbass. Like I can go back to college right now and they'll tell you 20 different stories about what GOAT did. And my wife's like, what the fuck? I was like, I don't know, man. I was a kid, dude. You know? And that was my time of trying to figure out who the fuck I am and what I represent. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, that was my first time getting humbled, man. You know, it's like you lose baseball. That's the only thing I've ever loved. When people talk about transitioning out of the military and the struggle, bro, the struggle of transitioning out of baseball, the hardest thing I've ever taken. I'm fucking 4 years old all the way to 23 years old, dude. The only thing I've ever loved, the one thing that broke my heart twice already. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is a game that I forever respect and appreciate. And I can't coach it until you get to high school because I'll fuck you up if you disrespect my sport. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up. That's how much I love that game.
Yeah.
And when that got taken from me, dog, I didn't know how to handle it. I was a drunk. I was an asshole. I was fighting all the time. I was fucking ruining my fucking life every night at a bar. I was working at Texas Roadhouse. All the money I get, go down to the bar, get fucked up, try and fight someone, and go back home and do it again the next day. Just a dumbass. And then I was like watching the war on TV, dude, and I knew my daughter. I got a picture sent to me via mail.
Back in the day, no social media.
No text messaging on that. That would have cost like $7. You know? But I got a letter and it showed a picture of my daughter, and I was like, "Fuck, dude! Like, I'm not being the dad that I want to be for myself. I'm not being the dad that my dad is representing for me.
Wow.
You know." And so, I kind of like genuinely, straight up, like no bullshit. I said, "I'll join the military. So if I get shot in the fucking face, she'll make her money. And I'm known as a hero for her. She gets paid. My life is good." Because baseball was my life. So once that was gone, I'm good to go.
No.
Like, there's no reason for me to exist. I'm not good at anything else, bro. Like, I'm good at throwing a fucking curveball. You know what I mean? Like, this is my shit. So I joined, dude, and I said, "What's the hardest thing you got?" Originally, I went to a Marine recruiter, and I said, "What's your bonus?" Because I'm looking for money, dude. Like, for me, it's like, give my daughter money.
We had the same conversation. I got nothing. I joined, did combat tour and combat tour. This guy was like, "I got 15 grand for joining." I was like,
Bro, this motherfucker goes, "A bonus is being a Marine." Dog, I looked at him, I was like, "I'm good, bro. I'm good." I just fucking, I'll boot it, right? I'm out. Fuck
Right.
it.
I think we need to see other people.
Yeah. That doesn't work for me, dog, and I'm broke as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And then I went to the Navy recruiter because I'm thinking, Navy SEALs, like, I've heard those dudes are kind of cool.
"Can you swim though?"
I swim like a motherfucker, bro. Yeah, I swim like a motherfucker.
That was my first thought, and then I can't swim.
Yeah, but it was crazy because I was like, you want to join something tough? Like, I want to be challenged, dog. If I'm going to do it, like, let's go front line, get fucked up. Like, shoot me in the face. You know, that's like seriously how my mind was at the time because seriously, I was so hurt by losing baseball. I didn't have anything. So I was like, let's go. So he told me, he was like, "Well, we don't have a contract for Navy SEAL, but you can be a underwater fucking, I don't know, fucking whatever the fuck.
Like a welder. Yeah.
Like, that's fucking stupid. Like, that don't sound cool to me, dog. Like, I'm an athlete, like a motherfucker. Put me in the show, you know?
Yeah.
So as I was leaving the recruiter and I was sitting down the curb, a fucking Army recruiter stepped up. And he's like, "What do you want to do?" I was like, "Hardest thing you got." He goes, "How about an Army Ranger Special Forces?" Like, what the fuck do they do? I don't know, right? Like, I don't know shit. So he showed me some videos. I'm like, cool. He goes, "Go watch Black Hawk Down." I was like, all right. I went that night. I called him the next day. I said, "I'm in, dude. Let's do it."
Black Hawk Downs, what got
Black
you,
Hawk
huh?
Down. I was like, let's go. You know
Roger
what I mean?
that.
And so I joined with the Ranger contract and fucking, you know, and the rest is kind of history, I guess, you know?
No.
Yeah, man.
Man, that's crazy. I told you like the same type of story, right? Lost football. I worked at Lexus, smashed 2 cars together, had nowhere else to go. So I went to the recruiters and I was like, I want to be a Navy SEAL. And they were like, "You got to be able to swim." And I was like, "I've never swam in my life. I still don't swim." And
Can I be a Navy whale?
Yeah. Can I be on whatever vehicle you get me to where I need to get on land? And I do that. And then I went to the Marine. My uncle, great grandfather were Marines. I was like, I'll check out the Marines. I didn't even know what bonuses were. I wish now I could go back and be like, "Yo, there's people giving away bonuses."
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know extra money was on the
Right.
table. But then I joined the Marine Corps and they're like, "What do you want to do?" I was like, "Oh, infantry, whatever I can do." And they were like, "All right, let's change it up. Let's do something." I was like, "No, I want to do this." They're like, "When do you want to leave?" "As soon as possible." It was Tuesday. I left Friday. I had no idea
that's
about shit.
dope.
I was just like, I want to get out of here. I have nowhere to live. I have no money. I have no job. I need to leave.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like we talked about prior to the show. It wasn't like I was, I wanted to fight for my country. Like, I thought it was
Yeah.
cool. Like, that's a cool thing.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like I needed to be able to eat. I needed 3 hots
Yeah.
and a cot, and
Yeah,
I didn't
bro.
want to do it in the jail cell.
Yeah.
So
Dog, that's like, I remember, I'm sitting in Kentucky, bro. The last college I played for and lost, right? I'm sitting in Kentucky, working at Texas Roadhouse. I'm eating beef jerky and fucking cheese because I made friends with the Frito-Lay's guy. You know what I'm saying? I got old ass fucking protein because the GNC guy's the other dude is my homie too, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm eating like I'm a scumbag, bro. I'm just surviving, dude. I show up to work just to eat the fucking things I drop on the floor. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I'm living in a fucking. It's $250 a month. I'm living in an apartment that has a futon and a fucking kitchen table. Not even a shower curtain, bro. But that's where I did all my laundry. Was in my own shower. Like it was a fuck. I left the door unlocked because they want shit to steal, homie. Like it was that bad. And I was just like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with myself. I tried to apply for the fire department. It wasn't going to happen. There's no one hiring. I tried to go back to college and junior college. It's like maybe I can go to like a police academy, but out of state tuition was too expensive. Everything I tried was like not working. And I was like sitting here watching the owner of fucking Texas Roadhouse had to be there every single day. I'm like, man, that ain't it for me either, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's something more to this shit. And like, fuck it, I'd rather just go get smoked. You know what I mean? And I'm watching no shit. I'm sitting next to an ex-Navy dude, and we're watching the fucking CNN, and the Marines putting the American flag over the Saddam statue. Remember that Marine?
Yep.
And he pulls it down. His family's in studio, bro, and they're all fucking crying. They're super proud of this motherfucker, right? And I'm like, my family has never been that proud of me for shit. You know? So fuck it. You know what I mean? So that's where I was like I can kill a lot of birds with one stone. You know, join, and my daughter's got a future. Yeah, I can die a hero. My family would be fucking proud, right? And those are the kind of, that's how simple the thought process was. It was like, let's fucking go.
But isn't that the most thing? Like for most of us, isn't that how simple it is? Like a lot of people like to put on their shoulders. Like I wanted to make sure the American flag still flew free on a daily basis. But the truth of the matter is, most of us are just fuck ups trying to get through life.
Bro, I try and tell people, man, like college wasn't getting paid for by my family because they didn't make enough, and I'm not mad at them about that. But like, it's just a position we've been put in, right? Like, so we didn't have the money. I had to do the military to pay for college, or I had to be good at baseball. And when baseball was done, there was no future for me, dude. I was going to start right back at the bottom. Yeah. Luckily, we're at a time now where you don't need college to be successful. But back in then, you needed a degree to do fucking anything.
Absolutely.
To get paid anything worth fucking over $50K. You know what I'm saying? So like, the hustle was like, oh shit, I fucked up. I need to go to the military, get that money back, and get my degree. And so it was like, but that's a lot of us lower class, middle class. We had to serve to give ourselves the opportunity of some kind of fucking future, bro. Like chance, dog. You know what I'm saying? And whether it was to mature your fucking dumbass, right? Or to fucking pay for college to give you opportunity, whether it's nursing schools or whatever the fuck, dude. It was never going to happen any other way. No. Now my kids, I potentially can pay for their fucking college, which is like, whoa. My kids are now one step further to that fucking like that era of fucking, I guess that generation of fucking every kid goes to college. You know what I'm saying? Like I might have created that for my kids by serving, which is fucking crazy. I never thought of the residual shit that could happen.
Right?
Every fucking kid in my family, all 7 of these motherfuckers can go to college because of me. That's changing the game for the Vargases all the way through.
Absolutely, man.
And never expected that.
Yeah.
I think it's cool, man, just to kind of see the different reasons people, like, why they join, why they serve. Like you said, man, like, I don't want there to be like this kind of like blanketed idea that people think that everyone that joins the military has to be like the most like America loving, patriotic.
I did the, I've been doing the leadership thing for so long, and in the army, as a ranger, you learn a lot of leadership shit, man. You get thrown in some shit to like, all right, private, go teach a class of fucking 100 rangers. You're like, bitch, you know what I mean? So you get thrown into teaching classes and teaching courses and just being in charge, and right away they're putting you in leadership positions to learn like so I'm learning all this shit, and so I become a drill sergeant eventually, right? And I get activated. And I come up with these 20 questions. I wish I still had it, but I'm going to write them. And as these 20 questions, every soldier shows up. Hey, first assignment you got today, write me a paper, answer these questions. And number one, it says, no shit, no lie, I don't care what it is. Why did you join the army? Like, just why? I don't care. It could be for college money. It could be for fucking whatever the fuck. Just be honest. It's the dopest thing to read those, bro. Because like when you get someone to be honest, it's just like very, very few are just like, just want to serve my country. Like very few, because it's like, money for college. Money for college. Like, I was fucking up, trying to fix it. I need to get away. Poor as fuck. Wanted teeth. A couple kids like just wanted teeth, dog. You know what I'm saying? So it's really humbling to read these answers and be like, damn, man, it's crazy to see like the types of individuals that come from all fucking parts of the fucking United States just to fucking serve, and all of them have a different reason, and we're all like, look, for now, I'm gonna get paid on the 1st and the 15th. I'm gonna get fed, and I've got some insurance in this motherfucking pocket. Right now, I'm like 10 times better than a motherfucker before I got in. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, when I joined and I went from Nothing. I mean, man, I talked about it with you, I'm sure, last show. My boy and I shared a car that his mom gave him. We lived in her basement. We shared a bedroom, which is weird. Like, all kinds of crazy shit. It was weird, though, before you joined the military. When you joined the military, man, fuck, I lived with my boy Ryan for multiple years in a studio this size. We just collected housing allowance. It was chill. But, like, you know, it was like, man, I wasn't shit before I joined the military. I mean, I literally wasn't shit. I wasn't someone to be proud of. I barely made it through high school. I fucked up college. Like, I was doing nothing. And then you join the military. Exactly. You graduate boot camp. Get this fly uniform on. I'm you know, Captain Pussy Slayers in my mind. Even though,
well, dog, you've just done something.
yeah, like something
More. And then you go home. I went home for fucking Christmas break, right? I'm still in basic. I didn't graduate this motherfucker yet, but I'm just like,
Christmas exodus.
yeah,
That's right.
and I'm
Well, you got to go home for Christmas?
Christmas
Oh,
exodus.
yeah.
Man, not us. You just push through.
You have to, bro, for us, because the drill sergeants take their little break for their families. So
Yeah.
they send you home for like 5 days.
That's cool.
A lot of dudes fuck up and they come back and fail a piss test. But I went home and I right away knew, like, things are different. I can't hang out with the same dudes.
And you walked around more prideful,
I just
right?
knew it, bro. I just know, like, you know, what I'm doing with myself is different. And I'm actually happy what I'm doing because it's something. You know what I mean? Whether you agree with it or not, it's fucking more than what the fuck I was doing. And it's so cool, bro, because it changes the game. And some people look at you like, damn, you're doing good things, bro. Keep it up. You know what I mean? Like, dudes in the hood, bro, straight up like, hey, I'm glad you never stepped in with us. I'm good.
Yeah.
Do your thing. And like,
That's awesome.
It's dope, bro, because you're like, damn, it's really cool to know that, like, you know, you made a decision for you, but it's also a bigger decision than that, right? It's actually for everyone, right? In the big picture, like, you're going ahead and throw yourself to the fucking wolves and say, use me for 4 years and let me see what you got. You know what I mean? And that's a dope ass fucking sentiment, right?
Yeah.
It's wild, bro. I mean, I think you just don't appreciate it until like later on, you know? Like now I look back like, oh man, I needed that shit.
You know, it took me like years because I got out in 2004. Well, I really got out in 2013. I went on like the admin leave or whatever the hell that is. I don't even remember. But so, I mean, I've been out a minute. But it took a couple years and like of drinking myself stupid and failing over and over again to get to a point where I was like, man, I'm pride. I find pride in that. But now I'm back to where I was. Like, I'm about to shitting on everyone else and pointing the finger at other people. It's like for you, like, I don't know the entire story. Did you get out on your own? Did you get medically separated? Did you transition on your own?
So I got out in 2007 in June. We lost in 2007. In 2006, we lost a squadron and team leader that were huge, significant impacts in my life. Like, I mean, I look up to one of the dudes, and they're both, I hold them high, but one of them really made some impacts on my life that I hold him higher in more respect sometimes than my own father. I mean, that's how much he's taught me in the short time I was with him. And so as a leader, as a ranger, as like a fucking dad, like, and it's just crazy. But so when we lost him, it was actually, he was going to be getting out 2-3 weeks later when he come back from deployment. You know what I'm saying? He was working to get out. And I got to that point in my last deployment and thinking like, oh shit, I'm feeling like uncomfortable because like it's my last deployment, like, and I can lose everything with one decision. And questioning that made me feel like it's probably time to go. You know what I mean? Like a little upset that I lost someone that was such an impact, a little upset that like he didn't get the opportunity to do his thing. And so like this really big conflict of, can I continue to live my life for this dude because he wanted to be a Border Patrol agent? And I could. So I said, fuck it. So I applied for the Border Patrol, and I just kind of worked my way out. Part of me will understand, of course, like this conflict of fucking fear of missing out, right? That FOMO shit. And I had like people, you know, first sergeants like, hey, stay in, we'll give you a bonus, we'll fly there, you know, all this shit. And my wife at the time was just like, you stay in, I'm getting the flight, I'm leaving. Trying to be a good dude and trying to hold on to that family. I was like, all right, fuck it. I mean, I can get out and do my thing. So I got out, and I didn't realize how much I was gonna struggle, but it was like, I remember I got a job at the prison right away. I mean, within the first week, I'm trying to fight motherfuckers. Like, open the door, motherfucker. Open the door. Like, I'm just like, I just got back from Afghanistan, and I'm like hot. Like,
raged out.
Fuck everybody. You know, talk shit to me. Like, dog, you know who the fuck I am? You know what I mean? Like, and I had the ego. I had the Ranger ego. Like my dudes have egos, right? We're kind of brainwashed as much as like any Marine would or any infantry dude and any airborne dude. All these dudes were like, we're all kind of taught like we're the best thing since fucking fried rice, right? And so like some dudes like on the interview was like, what's it like being a park ranger? I was like, bitch.
Park ranger?
Motherfucker. Like, So I was just mad at everybody, bro, because I felt like the world didn't respect what I did, and I felt like they should have. They should have honored what I did and respected. And I was a fucking goddamn Army Ranger. Like, fuck, you know how hard that was. Like the ego was like getting the best of me at first, and so that part of the transition was tough to work myself out of it. You know, like I felt like anyone should respect what I did, and like it was weird.
There isn't that. The thing is, though, like the ego that you're talking about, though, it's not that it was just built out of like it had no place or whatever. When you're active duty and you're actually doing that job, you're a full blown. I'm a fucking ranger. This is what I do. That ego serves you. Yeah, right. It's a good fucking thing to have. That,
dude. That's a great point. I've never even thought of it that way. But you're right. Like, bro, we looked good and we played hard, bro, and we knew it, and it was part of who we were. Yeah, and it was part of the honor and respect towards your own beret, your own fucking unit, you know, that esprit de corps, and it just it carried out to the civilian world that people fucking didn't get me. Yeah, and I didn't get myself, right, because I'm like, fuck these people, right, and I was angry. I was just angry at the world. And you know, so I was in the heavy drinking stages, bro, where I was, you know, I'd finish a bottle and I knew what shift was happening on fucking corrections, and I hit my boy, I'm like, hey, you getting off right now? It's like, hey, go buy me a bottle, dog. I'll get you back, bro. You know, and I'm doing these cycles of everybody's buying me bottles on their way home because I'm too drunk to drive. My lady ain't let me. Yeah. But I can drink, and she's cool with that, and I'm just getting fucking tanked every night, just dropping 20s on dudes. Like, go buy another bottle, you know? Yeah. And it kept happening, bro. And I was fortunate enough to have kids that motivated me to stay busy, right? Like, I think stagnant is what causes a lot of fucking shit. If I didn't have to go to work to pay the bills, if I didn't have to go to use my GI Bill to also pay the bills, right? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, for sure. I had to stay so fucking like on top of shit, or else the family didn't eat. It's what saved my fucking life, dude. Because not everyone has that, and not everyone holds that responsibility as dear as I did. Like, there's dads that still say like, "I'm losing my house, bro, because I can't find a job." I'm like, bitch, I'd work anywhere.
Construction. I'll be out on the streets pushing snow with the local 16-year-olds.
Exactly. You'll see me next to Jose at a Home Depot, homie, and I say, I speak English too, dog. Let's go. Like, I will do it all, bro. Yeah. So I was working a full-time job at a prison. I was also fucking taking the kids to school in the morning because I was a night shift. And during the day, after I drop them off at school, I go to fucking school and do my EMT and firefighter courses because that's the route I thought I would probably go into. And then fucking I go pick them up from school, fucking take them to the library because reading is a big thing for me to make sure they can fucking learn how to read. And then I'd go home, finally catch my sleep, go back to work the next day. I'm collecting 2 fucking checks as fucking much as I can just to make sure the family's good. That saved my fucking life, dude. Because that kept me away from drinking because I couldn't drink all the time. But when I was home, I was drinking as much as I could. I was inviting the friends over. I was drinking for the anniversary date of the death of my boy. I was drinking for the fucking birthday of the death of my boy. I was drinking for the fucking Memorial Day because you know, and it's like I was doing everything I can in those moments to show them the gratitude by hurting myself. No. It's this weird thing we all do. Yeah. We all do it. And
I want to make another correlation too. Like all the things you just like almost like word dumped like a ton of stuff, right? And I want to make a correlation on that, man. You literally just said like, oh, I was doing all this stuff, right? Yeah. And that's for one, I want to kind of like make light of the fact that like you having a family that you feel the need that you need to provide for was one of the biggest reasons why you're just grinding, right? But also it's familiar, right? Being so fresh out of the military, right? You know, high stress, high deploy, high every damn thing environment. Everything about that environment is high paced, right? It's what we know. Go, 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 right? Being comfortable is something that you don't fucking require. Yeah. You know, and so there's a lot of people that want to ask like, hey, what do I do when I get out? What do I do to make my quality of life be better? What is it that people are doing? Like, you know, why are people committing suicide? Listen, stick to your guns. Stop trying to rewrite every fucking thing and be someone you're not. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
You did what you kept doing. You know, like you don't.
Yeah, and I mean, just a caveat to that, like. Yeah. There's a million nonprofits out there for veterans. Millions, like fucking, like legitimately fucking probably millions, right? Yeah. And like there's probably 30 of them for dogs and 30 of them for wood chiseling. One of those is probably going to be good for you. No. Not all of them, right? Nope. Like, so it's like for me, like if you tell me like, hey, dude, this is good wood chiseling, I'm going to be like, bitch, I don't wood chisel. You know? that's
do they have alcohol?
Yeah.
I'm on the way.
Yeah. Right? It's not in my heart, right? But we have to identify that ourselves, right? Like you got to be true to you, dog. Yeah. There's a jiu-jitsu one. Cool. I'm in, right? Like, I'm down to fucking train because that's who I know I am. That's what I love about me, and that's where I want to grow as well. Yeah. But it's just funny. Go ahead.
Well, I got 2 main points that I don't want to lose before this. So talking about like how these all correlate together. But let's go back to something that a lot of people don't understand. Yeah, like he was a ranger. He was thrown into these leadership positions very early on. A lot of people do 4 years and bounce from the military. And I've got, I picked up E5 in 2 years. It was very quick. Like, not toting my own thing. Maybe I was just in the right place, right time, whatever. But a lot of people,
wrong time.
Yeah, exactly. But a lot of people don't have those leadership, they didn't get put into that leadership position. So they were in E3 for 4 years, got out, and they don't have that same,
You're right.
hey, I'm uncomfortable, I'm this. They were used to someone getting them up, or they were married, came
Bingo.
in, and someone said, hey, you're in this uniform today, you got to eat at this time, we're going to the field.
Yeah. That's, dude, to that, it was like most of these dudes were 17, 18.
Yeah.
They didn't know who the fuck they were, bro.
Exactly.
They didn't know shit.
But that's what people, I think, as civilians and or veterans that we people struggle to understand is not everyone had that same military lifestyle.
Correct.
I mean, man, in the infantry, the Marine Corps is a small thing, but most people think like everyone in the Marine Corps is an infantryman. It's just because we're small. But only maybe 7% of the Marine Corps is an infantryman. So the other
What do they call those? Those are the 33. What is it?
We call them pogues. Persons other than
but
grunts.
but the infantry MOS is
it's 03s.
03s.
Yeah,
there you
so
go, cool.
03s only make up this much.
Right.
My bad. But y'all are some pogues though if you're listening. Just let you know.
you got you made a bunch of people.
Hey, that's cool. There's the Marine Corps is small for a reason. But anyways, but like a lot of people don't have that leadership put into them. It's not instilled into them. A lot of people don't adapt to that and move forward.
Yeah.
So there's that. But the other thing is the ego, right?
Right.
But we also, as vets, we have this ego, like you should respect what I do, this and that. But I want to throw this a different way at you. So what about the dudes that are 27, 28? They didn't have free college. They paid for themselves to get through college. They have this position, and it's like we don't respect them because they have an ego. But it's the same thing. Like, why don't I respect? As a veteran, when we first get out, we don't respect anyone because you didn't do the military shit.
Because you didn't serve.
Yeah, you weren't in combat, bro. You didn't remember that because most people like were serving fucking chow with the DFAC in combat, but they're telling people like, man, well, I go to combat action room and mortar hit 55 meters from your spot.
Yeah.
But I mean, you get what I'm trying to say though.
But at the
is,
same
like,
time, but did they not serve?
Yeah, exactly though. That's what it is though. It's that exact argument. Like, okay, yeah, but I still served. Like, okay, well, I get that, but we have to humble yourself and realize that most people in this world to make it, like we say like a lot of people get lucky and just get like, hey, you got money for college.
Yeah.
Like my kids are gonna be the same as your kids. Your kids the same. It's like when you have children, it's like you want to be able to give your kids more than what you had. I want to let you do if you want to go to college, cool, go to college. I want to pay for that. I want to help you succeed.
Yeah.
So the people that did and they were, given that benefit, it's like we look down upon them. Like, man, fuck you. Like you had free college, okay? I served.
You silver spoon bitch.
Yeah, but it's like why though? This dude worked. Once he went through college, he got himself that degree. I mean, unless you're those people that your parents are celebrities and paying for you to get into USC and they're going to prison. Sorry you didn't work hard enough in high school and you fucked your parents.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's like we have to be able to remove ourselves when you leave the military and say like, we all are working towards something. And I get it, man. I've been down a drinking path like you. Like it's crazy. Like, man, we go back to it, man. I was in Helmand Province in 08. We lost a ton of motherfuckers. Like, I was in, when you were talking about you were in Afghanistan in 06, I was in HIT and I was on the Syrian border in 05, 06. This is the same shit, But it's like, but that doesn't make me better than Brian or Todd. My man Todd out here, he's working his ass off and he's building his own business, all this stuff. So I think it takes us so much to humble ourselves to push past that.
It takes time. Like I remember going to my first counseling for PTSD and the room is filled with like fucking what I would call pokes too, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck you. What the fuck have you seen? But like in the reality, like, dog, I signed up for this shit. Some of these dudes signed up to be fucking truck drivers.
Wait, hold on. Wait. So what you volunteered to do what?
I volunteered to fucking like be infantry. I said, I'm gonna be infantry because I'd like to see this shit from the front. Like, fuck it, right? I just told myself that. So I feel like I accept the fact that I'm probably gonna see someone fucking get smoked. I'm probably gonna have to smoke someone. I'm probably gonna be in some situations where I know it's gonna get ugly. Okay.
So we're caveating to our next thing, transitioning, and how there's two different things that could help people. We talked about this before. I greatly believe that transitioning as an infantryman should have a different route than transitioning as someone that hasn't seen combat. And it would set people. So I'm sorry, I'm jumping into that and letting you go.
Good.
But I'm just saying, like, that's another thing. Like, I want to talk about.
Let's talk about that after this
because it's like crazy. I want to make sure we don't forget that shit.
No, for sure. And that's the thing is like, I can be the asshole and be like, but were you infantry? No. Well, fuck off, right? Like I could be that guy, but it's been so many years now that I'm like, I get everyone's job and I get how it's all needed.
Yeah.
It's the guy who's a cook who tries to talk like he's a badass. I get like, all right, bro, let's tone it down a notch.
Yeah, but now you let it go though, right?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck anymore because I'm like, dude, it's not worth it, right? Like, but like, who's to say their PTSD is not on the same level as your PTSD, right? Like the guy that joined to be a cook didn't expect his buddy was gonna get blown up in the vehicle next to him, right? So like that's what we have to understand now is like, same as like, dude, our life is our life, and fucking the dude who went to college instead is his life. Who gives a fuck? You know, like, but what are you doing now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, look, here's my path. It's like me and Mine's MC. I got one dude we both grew up in LA. I went to the military. He went to prison. We're both actors. No one gives a fuck what the inside of that fucking sandwich is, right? We both just on the same bread right now, dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just
Walk of lives are different.
right, man. And so, like, we have to do that ourselves. We have to fucking tone back this fucking, oh, you're a badass because you serve. Like, no, man. It's appreciated. Gratitude. Thank you. Namaste. Whatever the fuck, right? But cool. You can't hold on to that as if that's your fucking, like, get out of jail free card, dog. Like, we got to do more. Like, my job right now is trying to fucking be more for the veteran community to see there's more past that. Like, peel back those fucking layers, and then if you're not happy with what you see yet, let's make it happen.
Absolutely,
Whatever the
man.
fuck that is, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when you say that transitioning different for infantry, I've never heard that concept, and I think it's fucking interesting. Like, fucking, I'd love to hear more of that.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, there's different things, right? We train, eat, sleep to be infantrymen. That's all you to
go to war.
Yeah, when you go out to the field, and this is, and I give people a hard time, but you did volunteer, and I appreciate all you pogues out there. I appreciate the shit out of you. But at the end of the day, when you look at it, it's like we eat, sleep, train. I'm talking about schools. You know, I was an instructor at Advanced Infantry Training Battalion. It's the same shit. You're at the field. You're in the field the entire time. You're continuously working towards things.
Yeah.
And it's all based on being an infantryman.
Oh, for sure.
And then, like, so the other side of it, they do some courses, but I mean, like, most of my friends, man, two of my baby mothers, you know, what's up? they both were, you know, they go to school while they're in. They do all these extracurriculars, like, you know, they're competing in fitness, this stuff. That wasn't afforded to us ever, you know, like, that wasn't something that was ever on the deck.
The first female I smelled overseas was a letter from my mom, and I was like, that's weird.
I'm going to use this for more ways than I should.
I was like, who's this from? Mom, fuck, put that away.
I can't read this for another 3 months.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's a different lifestyle we definitely live. You know what I mean? Like, it's eat, sleep, train, go to war, go to war, go to war. And like, I still, to this day, fucking, dude, you think we don't have issues, homie? We got issues.
Oh, tons.
Right? Like, there's
How long's Army's separation program before I get...
the Ranger Battalion has nothing, dog. It's
like-
a
it's like-
7-day ACAP program. They call it ACAP. You go in, you get some papers
Steps
signed,
and taps,
and then
basically.
you fucking get the fuck on out, right?
Yeah,
and
it's
the
tight.
dog, I swear to you, I'm driving home and fucking, you know, and I'm like, this is fucking weird, dog, because now I'm a civilian. I don't know what the fuck to do with myself. You know what I'm saying? It was an interesting time because I wrote a big old thing about it. People were like, you got PTSD? I'm like, nah, dog, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, angry with the world, it was weird, but it's funny. Like, I know I still have issues. Some kids fucking came up to the fucking house going to ask someone to prom. I thought my daughter, but it wasn't. It was the wrong house. But I didn't know the story later until I chased them fucking several blocks down and stopped their car. And I'm like, what the fuck are you in my house for, dog? And they're like, we were at the wrong house.
I was in the Army. I got problems.
Yeah. I was like, you be good to that girl. I gotta go.
Hey, you want a water or something for the road?
like, I don't need to be paranoid and fucking Harriman, homie. I don't. You
No,
know what I'm saying?
You can leave your doors unlocked. in
Right,
Harriman.
right.
Yeah.
And that's the weirdest thing is that it doesn't matter, dude. I've trained so long for so many years for the moment. And every moment I think it's there, I'm back on, dog.
Well, it's because you're ready. That's
Yeah.
like that's for us, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, I think that SEPs and TAPs or transition program for someone that, and this could be to anyone. I'm not saying that only infantrymen get into shit. There's CAG people,
Oh,
and stuff from
dude,
all
there's
different.
fucking
Anyone that's dealt with
combat arms,
yeah.
dude.
Anybody that's dealt with a stressful environment, there should be like a 4 to 6 week transitioning program to where you can actually help them understand that the world's not going to get the issues you have.
I think, dude, so, you know, one of my sponsors on my podcast is a core medical group, and they do TRT, right? We talked about TRT. I think there should be more than a couple weeks. I think there's a full transition of full brain scan, full hormone scan, full PTSD fucking clinic. Like, let's just put them through a fucking 3-month college of just recovery. Right,
Yeah.
Get them fucking painting their fucking emotions, all the dumb shit, right? But who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Get through them. Let's make sure that your brain is good. You got a TBI? Let's do what we can to fucking oxygenate the brain, get things active again, get it going, get the blood flow. Your hormones are off? Okay, let's fix those hormones, get them right, and fucking send you on your way. You have PTSD? Sounds good. Let's see all the different fucking PTSD opportunities you can do, right? There's so many different ways you can fucking, let's put them through that. And then let's get to bring their family in too, and let them fucking talk about what's going to happen. Because I've never talked publicly, but my oldest son moved back to Washington with his mom. And I believe it's because I had a fucking crazy ass incident at the house. Like, I'm fucking woke up from a dream, fucking going apeshit and looking over him, but he's under me. And he's on the couch going like this and like scared out of his mind. And I'm like freaking the fuck out because I'm like I had an incident where there was like some burnt family, right? And so I'm smelling burnt ass ham in the fucking oven that I'm cooking, and I fell asleep accidentally, and my wife's screaming like, "Babe, it's burning!" And I'm gone. I don't even know where I'm at, bro. I swear to God. I had the video at one point where I'm jumping over the couch one way, running over, jumping over the couch, screaming, and bro, gone to the fucking world, home to what? And I know it's like the worst timing of woke up during a really weird dream and then wake up to smoke and smelling fire and smelling burnt and like all these things. And it's just, dude, it was a good 30 seconds of like, I'm lost, you know?
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
And it scared the fuck out of this dude. And rightfully fucking so. And it's like,
How old was he at the time? You don't mind me asking.
He was 11.
Okay.
And I feel like, dude, as soon as he turned 12, he was allowed to make a choice. Like, I'm out.
Yeah.
And I know it, dude. I know it was that, right? And I get it. Because how terrifying it is to see a big ass dude like me fucking standing over you screaming like a motherfucker. Like, and so loud. Like the scream, my daughter said, "Dad, I had no idea who was screaming because the scream was something I've never heard." Like that's how weird it was, right?
Yeah.
Weird, dog. And I've never remembered myself to be ever that scared in any moment. So it was the scariest moment in that moment. I don't even know what the fuck was in my head. And I think that fucked him up, dude. And I fucking feel bad because I'm always like, "Hey, bro, we good?" Like, you know. Like,
How old is he now?
12.
So
turning 13. Dude, he just
dipped
left,
out.
bro.
Okay.
And he was like, and this just happened. It happened freaking last freaking Thanksgiving.
Have you approached it and talked to him about anything yet?
That's a good idea. I should. But it was just, it's such a weird thing, dude. Because like,
he's young too.
yeah,
like,
bro.
how do you?
And I thought like I've dealt with my shit. I've gone to fucking PTSD clinics. I'm doing another one right now because of this. It kind of ate at me. I'm like, well, I can't lose another kid by my own actions. Like, that are completely subconscious, dog. Like, no control. I don't ever fucking touch them. I don't ever, like I said, I don't hit them. I might give them a stern, like, burp, burp, burp. But,
knife hand.
yeah, but they've never seen that side.
Yeah.
And very few have, right? And so that was like a weird moment where, like, damn, it's still there.
But it was embarrassing for you, though.
Dude, I couldn't even eat dinner, dog.
But that's the thing, like, man, and, you know, we don't even got to talk about this. Like, but I'm just saying, like, I honestly think, like, you just got to put him on your level. Like, I know he's 12, 13, but, like, bro, like you remember, like I remember yourself as a kid, like when your dad would do something, but then he would probably break it down to you, like, and let you know, like, dude, you are a big deal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're a big deal to a lot of people, but especially little man. But I bet if you took a second to step back and like let him know, like, bro, I was so embarrassed and I'm sorry. Because that's, man, I had a little bit of a similar incident with my 7-year-old. It wasn't anything to that, but like I just try and like he knows. Like, I mean, I'm a hood parent. Like, man, my kids know. Like, I let you know. Like, man, why the fuck do you spill that? Pick it up. Like, I'm not here to baby you. Yeah. But it's like, you know, I've had situations with Amari, and I'm like, hey, listen, like that's not like this. I'm embarrassed of what's going on right now. You know, we were at a Home Depot. It was weird. Nothing like that. But it's like it helped her, and she's only 7, but it helped her realize, you know, like I've been diagnosed with disassociation. So sometimes, like, and he's seen, I'll just stare off like I'm damn Forrest Gump waiting on Bubba to come back. But it's just the simple fact of like, man, I just break it down to her shotgun style, and it really did help her. And now she tries to help me. If she sees me disassociating, she'll be like, "Daddy, you okay?" And this is his father.
Yeah, no, I get
dog.
you. Yeah,
I'm no better, no worse than anyone.
Bro,
I'm probably worse than a lot.
Bro, it's more like I've been so embarrassed for the past year to even accept it, and I just recently kind of like, you know, like we do these checks, right? I kind of checks and balances in life, and I'm like, man, how did my son like just decide to like bounce out from me? You know what I mean? I've raised that kid since he was little, but I get it, right? There's a side of me that scared him, dude. And it's up to me to fucking fix that. But like, I guess I've never wanted to come to that and say it, right? Like, and now I'm like, yeah, I gotta try and say what's up, bro. Like, this is who your dad is, and like, that's why I'm doing the counseling again, right? Like however many times I got to do this, whatever we're gonna do. But what I don't want is to have the residual effects on my kids, and that's what's kind of happening.
I'm proud of you though. That's a big ass deal. Like to be able to sit back and show enough humility to be like, man, I'm on live air. I had this incident happen. I'm working on it. You know, but no, it's a big deal though.
Thank you.
I don't want you to not take this as a big deal. Like, this is something I push on people. Like when you overcome something that truly ate at you, because it ate at you enough for now you're checked back in somewhere.
Yeah.
You're trying to make things better, but it's a big deal, man.
But that's part of like, and I appreciate that, bro. I'm not blowing you off.
No, I know you're not. I know I got you. I want to make sure you know that you find pride in yourself with it, because man, it is. I think that's what the problem is with a lot of veterans and a lot of people in general. Yeah. But we don't count the small hiccups that turn into big ones, and then when we overcome them, we just push through, because that's what we're supposed to do. That's that mentality of military shit.
Adapt and overcome, man.
Yeah, but man, hey.
I appreciate it.
For real. I know you're not blowing me off, man. I'm just proud of you.
I appreciate it.
But anyways, go back.
But like, that's part of like the transition has to be. The family needs to be involved, dog, because you'll lose your family. Yeah. Because, you know, I wrote a blog back in the day. It's actually in my book as well. It talks about I was in love with work. I put work first, family second. And I said, oh, but I'm doing it all for family. Yeah, we are. We're paying our bills, right? Like you would know, you have kids, right? Like you understand where maybe my decisions were like, well, the harder I work, the more money I make. Good for the family, right? The more deployments I go on, the more money we make. Good for the family. But in the end, it's not, right? It's actually good for yourself and bad for the family. And we also disassociate that for some reason. We think like, no, this is my job. I'm going to be a good ranger by saying yes to everything. I volunteer to work? Yes. Can you go to this training? Yes. Can you go here? Yes.
And that's a real thing too, man. They literally like you're rewarded. You know, hey, give me 2. Hey, you know, like
yeah. Hey, you're gonna get promoted faster than anyone, bro, because you fucking do it. Like, thanks, man. I appreciate it. It makes me feel good as a good ranger. If I'm a good ranger, I'm a good dad. I'm a good right. And then it's like you're gonna miss your son's birthday. Yeah, but like, you know, I'm gonna get promoted. You know, I got to do this. And so it's these things that we get taught and trained. You good, dog?
Yeah, broke your shit up. God, need your help. What's
got little technical difficulties?
Yeah, clamp one out, bro. Make conversation.
Hey, we just talked about adapting and overcome. Hey, roger that.
You gotta go lower.
How many veterans does it take?
At least 3. I'm back in.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, we've been taught for so many years, like, work comes first because it's what supports the family. But this whole time, I wasn't relevant to my fucking kids' lives, dog. I didn't know what I was doing. And if they taught me something in Ranger Battalion, it's like, hey, bro, you got to put your family first sometimes. If that was actually preached, you know how many marriages would be saved? Mine wouldn't, because it was fucked from the day one, and that's fine, right? No. But a lot of other ones that just needed time. You need to give time to the woman. You need to give time to your kids. That could have been saved by you changing your mentality, right? If the unit changed the mentality and said, hey, family is first, but there's sometimes we have to go to work, and you know, and that is okay. But if you're going to be choosing your fucking going to fucking an extra training and miss 2 of your kids' birthdays, that's not okay.
No.
You know what I mean? Because I lost my fucking years with my kids, and I'm driving to Texas, finally got full custody of these kids, right? I'm fucking pumped. And I'm joking with them in the car, and my daughter, who's now 14, was probably 7 at the time, 8, and she goes, no, 7 at the time, she goes, Dad, you're really funny. And I'm like, oh, fuck yes I am. What the fuck? I mean, in my head, I'm so mad. I'm like, yeah, I'm the funny motherfucker. Like, everyone knows me as funny. Like, what the fuck? And I was mad because, like, my own kids have never seen the funny side of me. They saw business, dog. I come home, good morning, good night, I love you, eat, sit down, yes ma'am, yes sir, please, right? They never saw dad, like, fucking let loose and be fun. And we're driving to Texas, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I fucked up. And that all came from because I gave the job all the validity that it needed to be like, no, because job is first and that pays for family. Like, fuck no, dude. Now it's family first, work second. Every choice I make in family, me and my wife have to agree. Like, I'm going to take this job. You good? Okay. All right. I'm going. And it has to financially be beneficial and it has to make sense. And when it doesn't make sense, I'm out, because family is everything, and it has to be, dog. But we're not taught that. Not even in law enforcement, bro. No. I'm in a border patrol going everywhere, dog. And I'm like, and now my second marriage. And I'm like, you got the kids? I'm out. Same shit, dog. Fell into the same cycle, bro.
Well, it's because I think they push family in the military, but they push this as family.
Yeah, camaraderie is family.
Dog,
yeah.
you know. How about going overseas? Who do you love?
Oh, yeah, you know.
I love my unit, dog. I love my team. I love my soldiers. They're my fucking dudes. Those are my kids, bro. I even call them my kids. People used to make fun of me like, hey, kids, get up and eat. They're like, why you call them kids? Dog, because they are my kids. I love these motherfuckers.
And that's a respect thing to them, too.
It is.
Big time.
Yeah. And you get so tight in that, and then we come home, I'm like, I want to go hang out with the kids, dog. I want to go play fucking PlayStation, just see what they're doing.
Yeah, I want to go drink at the barracks, hang out.
Yeah.
Man, I like you, man. I fucked up with 2 of my girls, like, a lot. I'm paying for it now, but it's about being able. That's the thing that we have to understand is, like, you have to make up for things. You can't just keep letting it ride.
Right.
You know, at the end of the day, it's not like, oh man, well, I fucked up. Like, I'm just gonna let this one go. Like, no, it's like honestly, like, we're taught in the military, when you do contract, anything paramilitary, people need to understand that. Yeah, they put family first, but your family is your brothers and your sisters next to you. Yeah. And then there is a look or a feeling you get when you refuse to do a school, when you refuse to do a pump, when you refuse to extend.
You feel like shit.
Yeah, they make sure to let you know that you're not good enough to wipe their ass with anymore. It's like, oh, shit.
If the military wanted you to have a wife, they would have issued you one.
Well, I thought they did. I divorced 2 of them. What am I supposed to do? You guys keep giving me fuck up ones.
That's the fucking shit, though, bro.
Oh, yeah.
They make you feel like shit.
Big time.
Yeah.
So now we're all chasing and trying to fix that.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. But now we're trying to, so let's just get to transition now, right? So Rocco, like, let's talk about how you got to the point where because I mean, we could bullshit about military stuff because that's just some dudes that did stuff and had some fun.
Yeah.
Like we bullshit about that all day. But if we get back on the topic, like transitioning, like what made you continue to be successful through your failures? So now we're back to the point where you were a corrections officer.
Yep.
That was cool. And then you were drinking daily. That's
Yep.
cool. I mean,
Yeah.
for some people,
it was probably what I needed, to be honest, right?
You needed to hit
I
a
was
rock bottom.
debriefing myself.
Yeah, to get to some point. But then what made you decide, you know what, I'm done with this. I'm going to pick up something and I'm going to do something good.
I think I've always been like watching everyone around me. Social media was really just kicking off. You had MySpace. And
Man, MySpace was the shit. You had your music on there.
Bro,
my MySpace was popping.
yeah, my
I was
shit was
overseas,
dope.
like, oh, hey, what's up?
So you had MySpace, and you had Facebook started finally doing its thing. And you start watching how people post. You start watching how they talk. You start watching, like, on the anniversary dates, one of my buddy got arrested, and another one got arrested. Like, all these Rangers just fucking up their lives because they're paying tribute to our boys, right? And I get it, dude, because I was doing it. But then it's like, man, I had to grow. And whatever that fucking switch was that made it happen, there was a switch at one point. And I can't tell you the exact moment, but I know, like, I got tired of watching all my dudes fucking themselves up and saying they're fucking doing tributes to our passed away homies, right? It didn't make sense. I was like, wait a minute. There's no way, and the man of faith, right? There's no way these dudes are looking down from heaven saying like, fuck yeah, bro, get drunk.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I'm so proud of you.
There's no fucking way, bro.
Hit all the ass you can, bro. I'm so proud of you
Get
right
him,
now. Yeah.
Get him.
Yeah.
Fight that dude. Like,
Yeah.
there's no fucking way, bro. And,
No.
and like, in my head, I'm like, okay, well, then I'm done with that. I got to start living for these dudes, right? And so I fucking took the fucking border patrol test. Finally, 3 months after fucking getting out, I failed. Had to wait 3 more months. Boom. They revised their scoring and I passed it. So now I'm on to the next phase. I'm like, oh shit, here we go. The hiring process for border patrol took me 2 years. In the meantime, I went to drill sergeant school as well, right? And so as this is going, it's really changing things. I'm like, all right, like fuck the drinking out of depression, man. Like let's live for them. Let's make them proud. And so now I'm on the moment to like my motivation is make them proud. Everything you do, make them proud. Make them proud. Long story short, dude, fucking while I'm in there, I knew I needed some more help. Went back to counseling and fucking started doing counseling because, dude, there's some crazy moments on the border where I almost fucking popped some dude in the fucking head because like I smelled him and he smelled like a fucking dude in Afghanistan. You walk into the border for fucking 12, 15 days, you smell like sweat.
Oh, yeah.
You smell like body odor. You're on the border, it smells like burnt trash and fucking shit, right? I'm in it deep at the border, right? And then at the same time, I'm wearing night vision, dude, just like I was as a Ranger, bro. And I had a fucking AR-15 in my fucking hands, dog. So I'm like chasing a dude and I'm like popping in and out of thought process, right? Like in the Army, you can shoot a squirter. They're running from the objective. That's fucking the ROE.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Straight up. Not on
You
the border,
agree.
homeboy. You'll go to prison. And so I'm flipping back and forth in my mind, and I'm chasing this dude. And I finally caught this dude, and I just slammed him. And I'm like, I popped the nods off, and I was like, whoa, bro, there's still shit there that needs to get fixed. You know what I mean? And so, you know, I started, when you acknowledge these things, it's like I could just drink them away or keep going, you know? And I ended up fucking talking to a buddy of mine who calls a counselor. And boom, that's changed a lot, man, because as much as I'm telling myself I want to change, as much as I'm telling myself I want it to be better, it was impossible to be better because I wasn't getting the sleep I needed because I was drinking and fucking self-medicating and I was still having these fucking issues. You know what I mean? I was having bad dreams about a situation and I'm having these daydreams, right? These fucking things.
Yeah, you
that-
run through like that great white buffalo in your
Yeah.
head all the time. Like, oh man, I could be doing this
Yeah.
or this situation.
Right,
Yeah.
all this shit, dude. And so, like, when I was able to fucking capitalize on that issue, bro, shit's just started falling on top of each other, started working, right? Like sleep helped, and I didn't need to drink to go to sleep, and then I started getting back in shape, and I started fucking, you know, and I made special operations in the Border Patrol, and now fucking people are like, dude, this Ranger's now a fucking medic. We got to pull him on the fucking tactical team. And it's like, things started popping for me, bro. I got custody of my kids. Like, everything started happening.
As soon as you did what though? As soon as you got help,
Got
right?
help, bro.
That's it.
Counseling.
You can't help yourself, like especially when you're too. I mean, you can help yourself,
Yeah.
but when you're so far gone, and this is my personal.
No, you're
experience,
right, you're right.
Like, man, I've been seeing a psychiatrist, Dr. S. You're listening? What's up, my man? You've helped me a lot, but I've been seeing him. I mean, he knows every Wednesday I see this guy. Like, but
Yeah.
for 3 years, I've been seeing dude for every week, every other week, and it's finally got me to a point where I'm kind of normal.
Well, that's kind of the thing, dude. Is like, you, as much as you want to be better, you can't be better if you're not fixed inside, right? You got to fix you first, right? And so once that was fixed, I could actually start improving. And then, like, dude, just like momentum took off, bro. I fucking became an instructor for SOG, Special Operations Group in the Border Patrol. I fucking helped write the program for the Border Star right now, what they use in the academy. Fucking, and then fucking Article 15 popped off. And then my route towards working with veterans completely changed.
Yeah.
So for those that don't know what Article 15 is,
Article 15 Clothing was a t-shirt company that I was a part of back in the day with Matt Bass and Jared Taylor, which now, if you guys know, is Black Rifle Coffee. That whole group of individuals jumped into that world of business and kept going. I separated from them after Range 15, a movie we produced, to go towards the entertainment route for my reasons, right? For being home with the family more often, for chasing a dream that I believed would give me a bigger microphone to have a bigger voice for the veteran community in a positive way.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing now, right? And so knowing that counseling helped me made me motivated to say, hey, tell more, tell them all, let them know, you know, and then like follow my footsteps. And all I want to be is that like fucking that backstop for dudes to be like, hey, here's where I want to go. How do I get there? Fix you first, homie. Fix you first. Once you fix you, everything starts to fall into place. And then then something's probably gonna fuck up, right? And you're gonna step on your dick, and that's cool.
Yeah.
Fix you again and do it again. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I'm at right now in life, right? Like I'm an actor on one of the fucking biggest TV shows on television. And I know what that means, and I can explain that a little bit more later in depth of what I really believe that would be. But I have a fucking family. I have a healthy marriage. I have a healthy relationship with my fucking kids. And like I'm involved. I'm a coach for their wrestling team in their high school. Like I'm in it, dog. I give them as much time as possible. I work on me. I write all the time, and that's my therapy for myself as well.
Isn't that a powerful tool?
crazy.
I know you write, like you write a bigger scheme of things.
yeah.
You write. But I mean, like, man, I fill journals up, and it's such like and I was talking to him about it. You know, he had some struggles, you know, a while back. I told him, man, we got to write more. Like, you got to write.
Yeah.
It's such an eye-opening thing to read back the crazy shit that's going on in your mind, and then to read that to a psychiatrist and be like,
yeah,
I am fucking weird.
Bro, to be a creative has been more therapeutic to me than anything. Like as much as like the counseling helped with certain things, finding the outlet of acting and writing became even better. Like I was spilling fucking shit on paper, and fucking that was turning into a fucking blog, and that was turning into this, and that was turning into a concept that I want to write. And whether it fucking ever saw the light of day or not, it was good to fucking reread and be like,
Fed your soul.
Yeah, because what I've always been trying to do is put into words how I feel, and breaking it down to a point so fucking visceral that someone will read it and be like, oh my God, you just said what was on my heart. Like that to me is like, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, because it means it was real. That means I was able to put on paper something so fucking honest you thought I pulled it from your fucking brain. And
Yeah,
that,
people immediately can relate.
Right, and that is power, right? And if me, fuck a veteran, if me as a human can help influence, motivate, inspire others to just do more, be more, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Until someone can pass me up and do more, good. I want them to, right? What's in leadership? I want to teach my fatherhood. I want to teach my subordinates to be bigger and better than me at all times.
Absolutely.
And if all I can do is leave that for the veteran community, here's a blanket, motherfuckers. If I can do that for you, do it. And then I can sit back and watch you and be like, fuck yeah, look at this dude on my TV. That guy's a fucking veteran. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we could literally end our show right now. We're not going to, but you could end your show with showing. So he spoke about himself. He's on the Mayans. He's done all this stuff, right? And now, like I said before this, I didn't have a lot of essay on him. Now, I've been sitting there with a chubby for a minute. But as you look at it, you say, like, what is this dude doing? He's just spilling his guts and letting people know you have to be vulnerable in order to grow.
Yeah, bro. Like, if you wanted to put into like words of what the fuck my mission is now, if all I am is just a beacon of light for you to follow and try and emulate or to show like, look, I'm the most normal motherfucker. Like we all the same fucking dude, right? Like I fuck up. I fucking, sometimes I piss sitting down because I'm lazy as fuck, right? Like straight up, I'm normal as fuck, right?
I love how that's the story. You're like, hey, I pissed sitting down, right?
Sometimes I piss sitting down because I'm lazy as fuck. That's the most honest thing, because that's how I put on my shoes, dog, because I'm too lazy to bend over and I can't hold my breath long enough anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Bria tells me to piss sitting down at nighttime when I drink or smoke too much. She's like, you're peeing all over the walls.
Yeah. Bro, I take my shoes and socks in there, man. I piss and sit down and fucking put them on because it's comfortable for my back. You know what I'm saying? But the truth is, dog, like, it's so normal and so real. And if this normal dude and so real and so fucked up can get to where I'm at, bro, any motherfucker listening can. And that's the truth,
Thank
right?
you.
But so many dudes won't be that honest and open. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I'm like, dog, I am not here to fucking be famous. I can give two fucks about that. Genuinely. Don't give a fuck. It actually makes my life fucking harder because people fucking bother me. You know what
Right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can, how you've seen it. And it's like, I respect it because they've given me the life I live. But sometimes I would just like to have a meal and not be fucked with. And that's okay too. It's like, it's the good and the bad. But the most honest statement is like, if all I am is just like someone who's leading from the front right now and you can follow and go way fucking past me, please do. Please do.
No.
And I can sit back and be like, cool, man. I just want to be a gradual fucking footprint into the fucking change of the future in some aspect.
Yeah. Man, like, you gotta understand, like, you are, in a lot of ways, man, like, you serve as an inspiration to a lot of people, man. And there's a lot of other people out there, too. Like, they're doing things in their own way. And a lot of people, like you said, man, like, if you can be a light for people to follow, you know what I mean? Like, you're essentially laying down tracks to, to essentially establish a trail that people can, follow for themselves. And I think it's really important for people to see, like, what people are doing. You know what I mean? This is actually, it's a really cool fact that we can just get you on here and actually tell your story, because people can actually, they can listen. Maybe they don't know about what the military is about.
Yeah.
So they can hear about perspectives from you and I, or, just people in general about, like, oh man, this is how the military helped him. And guess what? Like, we talked about, like, TAPS real quick. Like, that's like the, it's like a week-long transitional thing. Well, guess what? All that is literally, like, they essentially teach you how to build your resume.
It's a checkbox for the military.
It's CYA. It's cover your ass.
Yeah, that's literally all it is. So yes, your resume, having like a well-tailored resume is going to help you. But you know what else is going to help you even more so? Having some balls, right? Having some confidence to just be yourself and get out and know that, you know what? I have no idea what the fuck I'm going to do. I'm going to fail. I'm going to fail often, but I'm going to fail up. I'm going to get better because I'm going to fucking fail, and I'm going to figure shit out for myself. And you know what? I'm going to, if I do something and I don't do good at it, I'm going to get better.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do things that it just because they're for me, you know what I mean?
Bro, if I gave you a list of all the jobs I've had getting out of the military, I mean, it goes from Uber driver to fucking to car salesman to fucking, you know what I mean, to,
Exactly.
to bouncer. I mean, I've tried it all, and I realized, like, that's not me either. Next, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's okay. We're all gonna fucking fail. It's just how you fail and failing forward, dude. Every
Absolutely.
time.
When I was in the military, man, I was bound and determined. You could not have convinced me otherwise that there was going to be a battle that I was going to have to endure that was going to be harder than the military. And now as a civilian, that was the most ignorant thing that I could have thought at that time, because now I don't give a shit what I've done, who I was, who I've been. I care about who I am and who I'm going to be, and what steps I'm going to take today in order to make sure that I can be that person, and that I'm never going to accept that, okay, I'm the best that I'm going to be. Fuck that. I'm going to be even fucking better tomorrow, because I don't accept that today how I am is the pinnacle. Right. I can always be better. And I think that's the biggest message to take away. Just do the fucking best at everything you do. You know what I mean? Look up to people. That's awesome, whatever. But you know what? Look up to your damn self.
Yeah.
And the things that you're doing, man, on the levels that you're doing, much fucking respect, brother.
Trying, bro. It's a daily grind, right? It's a daily hustle. And it's like, I have all the intentions to doing it, to the farthest possible. Like, I used to, my motivation in the military was always like watching my daughter watch me cross a stage and receiving an award, right? That was my first, like, my vision after basic training. I'm like, I'm going to try and receive an award so my daughter's there, she can watch that. Then airborne, and then RIP, all right, and then Ranger School. And, like, always was the motivation. As kids grew on, I started visiting all the kids in the fucking stands. And, there's been moments where they've been there and they saw it, but it never satisfied my vision of what it would feel like yet. You know? And I think that's still to come, right? I think that vision that has been driving me since the military is now that vision that's driving me in acting. And I think I'm gonna fight like hell to create that, fulfill that vision with something big. Whether it's going to be an Oscar, an Emmy, a Grammy, or whatever the fuck it is, it's something. I'm going to cross the stage, and all those kids are going to be looking at me like, oh shit, Dad did it. You know what I mean? And I've been chasing that fucking thing for so many years. That's my chase, right? That's what I fucking strive to. I just want them happy. I want them to be like, Dad's a cool dude. You know what I mean? And fucking his work ethics and all. They all know the hard work is there. Yeah. But it's just like, be proud of me, please. Like, I'm doing it for you in the end. But I just want them to be proud of, like, their dad who's done it and tried to keep his integrity the whole time. You know what I mean?
I get that,
fucking,
man.
that's what drives me, dude.
No,
yeah.
You need. I dig that, man. Like, I feel like people need a chase.
You have to.
You know what I mean? You got to have something you fucking chase in life. Otherwise, you're just like, you're settling. You know what I mean? Like, complacency sets in.
Yeah. Well, think of this, man. Like, I'll finish my whole acting world on this. Is like, currently I'm on a big ass TV show, and I'm considered to be they call it a heavy reoccurring guest star, which is not the fucking biggest title, but it's good, right?
Yeah.
Like,
that's dope,
you
man.
see my name at the beginning of the fucking show, and 2 seasons. The first season in 10 episodes, I was on 9, and the second I was on 8. So, like, obviously my character's there. And, you know, I'm working on selling a couple concepts and I'm writing my scripts and all that. And I'm making some waves in the Hollywood scene. And that to me is like, I know what that means. I know what I'm building and what I potentially am creating for the future of fucking the veterans, of dudes, of Hispanics, of dads, of every motherfucker out there that's watching. I can be that voice that is currently missing for us, for our generation, for our guys, right? There's, name it, man. There's very few OIF, OEF veterans right now in the acting space doing what I'm doing. Very few. I'm talking, you could probably name them on one hand who actually has speaking lines and is a heavy recurrent guest star. Like, there's very few.
I couldn't name one.
I can name a few because
That's
I'm in the
it's your
world.
industry.
Right, but like, so name a fucking guy who's gone to war in our time who's now on TV, right? Like, very fucking few. So I potentially can be this voice that starts this fucking path of a lot of motherfuckers doing it. And
That's
that
burly.
for me, heavy, right? That's a lot of fucking pressure. At the same time, I enjoy that fucking pressure, dog, because I'm like, you can do it. And there's so many other things I've done in my life. Like, this is something I can do.
Yeah.
And I welcome that challenge. And my nerves is all fucking hell, just like a fight, bro. I'm nervous as fuck, and I don't want it. And part of me like, oh my God.
But it makes us better.
Bro, I've been training for this shit, dog.
Yeah.
So I'm welcoming this opportunity and hoping to just fucking people are going to start tuning in and be like, oh shit, that dude's a veteran. No, but he's an actor. He's an actor. Like, fuck all that. Peel all those layers. Oh no, I'm an actor now, dog.
Yeah.
That's what I am now. That's what I'm super proud about doing. And I'm super proud about trying to get to the point where people would see only that too. You know, because that's changing. That's transitioning. That's like transitioning to the point where, like, you know, I'm a peacock, motherfucker. Let me fly. They don't fly.
Yeah, I get it. Man, I love it. I love all that, and I look at it and I take everything you guys have been saying and look at it like you want to be the beacon of light for people in the acting community, but it's like for everything, right?
Yeah.
And that's like man, I'm telling you, like my daughter and I, we pray every day at 7-Eleven. That's our stop. Like on the way to school, we pray about it, and I pray about being the beacon of light in whatever facet of life that I can be, because from fatherhood to acting to anything we trying to develop, as far as a show, whatever it is, because I think it's like. That's what everyone should strive to do, veterans, not veterans, whatever, to be the beacon of light to somebody. Because I don't care about, this show is awesome. Like, I fucking come here, we have fun, we can try and be a good, we can give voice to people, we can have people come on that are doing way more shit than we did, probably more shit than we'll ever do, whatever it is. But it's like, at the end of the day, like, can you make someone's life better? That's all that should matter in life. Veteran, not veteran, whatever it is.
Anything.
When we walk away from here, the only thing I want from Rocco, Todd, Brian, I want you guys to be like, man, my day's a little better because I chopped it up with Jeremy. We had a good time, and that's at the end of the day, that's all I think any of us should be trying to do is better everyone else's lives around us without having to try very hard. You're just yourself. You're vulnerable, but you're a beacon of something. That father that's failing, because I look at you and say, man, my man he failed like I did, but he's still succeeding. He made up for it. You know, it's like, it's just the little things. Like, you have to take, and it's something I learned young in the Marine Corps. You got to take good and bad of every leader you've ever met.
For sure.
And that's the thing that
man.
I think we fail upon is we don't take the bad of ourselves at times and think like, oh man, I don't want my kid, because that's what I look at it for you. Like, for me, all I want to do, and I'm sure there's the same for you, when your grandpa, Rocco, hopefully in many years, because I know you got a 17-year-old girl and I got 3 girls. So like, I want my boy to have kids before my daughters, because it's just a different thing. But I want to be able to hang up, my boots. For you, it'll be hang up your boots, your acting hat, your leadership hat, all these different things. I want to be able to. I want for all of us as men, women, whoever, when you hang it up at the end of the day, if God lets you take it to being a grandpa, a great grandfather, I want you to be able to look back and they say, man, you acted, you were military, you led people. You change lives. And that's all it should be.
That's it, man.
We should be kicked back and want to change fucking lives.
You can be content with that.
That's it, man. I'm telling you, like I talk about this with him all the time. I tell anyone, I am not a person that grinds 365. I just don't do it. It's stupid. I mean, no offense to you,
bro.
but all these people that put out, you grind 365, all this stuff. I mean, I've done it. We did it. We're in the military. I'm cool. I want to chop it up and smoke a doobie on Sundays. Like, it's just like, you fruits of your labor. You need to enjoy them at some point. And man, I appreciate you guys. This is my fruits of my labor today. Like, I love it. Like, I appreciate being on here with you guys, man.
Thank you
for coming on our show, man.
Sure,
It's a huge thing for us because not only are you friends with this dude, man, I look up to you and respect you. In the last 2 hours, we've been chilling, and but man, it's just a big thing, man. For you to come on and just give us a little bit of your time. I know you're busy, new son, man. Congrats again on that. Hey, thanks for wifey for letting you come up.
No, for sure. I'm sure I'm getting a bunch of text messages,
man. But I appreciate it, man.
I want to leave on a good note here for our listeners and our viewers and stuff, man. But if you were to give, anyone, just some basic advice, whether they're, just a newly maybe considering going to the military or maybe they're a veteran, right? And they're just kind of looking at how to transition and just better themselves in life. What's some advice you would just give anyone on just how to, be the best you and just, go at things with, the best attitude, I guess, if you will.
Yeah. I think like we've been saying it, we've kind of been preaching it, and it's like you can't do anything until you work on you first. I think we all got to be healthy for ourselves before we can try and be any kind of impact in others. So it's always look at ourselves, whether it's fitness, whether it's drinking, whether it's relationships, everything. Better you, be the best version of you, so then you can fucking go out there and be good for other people. Yeah. A lot of guys hit me up and they're getting divorced or they got divorced and they don't know what to do. It's like, get better, be the best person for you, be the best person for your kids. Because you're going to be in a position where another girl's going to show up and you're going to be in a good spot because you're better. You know what I mean? So it's all it is to me is like, I think we got to look at ourselves and we got to do our own checks and balances and we got to be our toughest critics. You know what I mean? Look in the mirror. I say, look in the mirror every morning. Look in that mirror every morning and fucking judge the fuck out of yourself. I'm like, are you the best version of you? If you're not, start working on it, right? Every day, improve. Every day, get better. These small little missions I give myself. Like, I'm going to read one book a month. I get that, like, all right, I'm going to read 2 books a month. Right? I give myself these missions. Sometimes they're hard, man. I'm going to do stand-up comedy in the next 6 months. And I do these missions for myself to always grow. By the end of the fucking year, I've accomplished so many fucking missions. I'm a whole new man, dude. I'm a person I never expected I can grow that far, but because I've given myself these small missions, I've made myself better. And that's the goal, right? That's the goal, is always be better. Every year, at the end of the year, I can look back and be like, man, I've grown so fucking much. Yeah. But that 1 year turns to 20, dude, you're a fucking whole different person, bro. Yeah. And so I just agree. I really believe in like growing, and the only way you grow is like is fucking, self accountability, dude. And once you can have that and make yourself the best version of you, trust me, the rest of everything around you fucking starts to change. Even your friends start to change, man, because you'll grow past people, and that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Don't be fucking offended by that shit. Like, you got to be around the fucking, your circle needs to be fucking just as driven as you are and continue to grow. And you might grow past them or they might grow past you, and you can't get offended about that shit.
Yeah. Amen, dude.
Love it.
Awesome, man. Well, I just want to say thanks again, man. Dude, it was so badass having you on the show, man.
No, for sure.
Especially as our first guest interview, awesome. Man. Badass.
Yeah, and fucking, you guys, I'm gonna try and get you guys on my podcast, and those listening, you guys interested, check out my podcast, Vinny Rock Podcast. It's not as good as this, but it'll do. It'll do.
You've been kicking it for a lot longer, though. That's for sure.
You guys got it. But anyone listening, bro, if you guys want to reach out to me, I swear to you and I promise you, I answer every single fucking message, and I'll answer you like not which is a yo. I'll answer, dude. I do. Like, you probably don't know that, but like every message, everything, I give you all my fucking attention. It's just something that I think is important. If you guys have questions, like, let me help you. Hit me up. I'm down to fucking answer those questions for you. Check out my book on transition. It's called Light the Fuse. You can find it on Amazon. You can even buy it on my own website. It's called vinnyrock.com, VINNY rock, ROC.com. And it talks about my life, man. It talks about the failures. I fucking put it on a book because I said, you know what? I think it's important for me to put it on paper for others to buy and share. And, I still travel around the United States speaking on transition all over. And like, that's part of like everything I'm doing is to hopefully give back. And that's for me one day at the pearly gates saying, Lord, there's some bad I've done, but there's a lot of good as well. And hopefully fucking I get my fucking, I get in. And the last thing I want to say is like, all you that are trying to do social influence, right? Those of you that want to be in the position that some of us are in right now, and so those of you that maybe want to get into acting, like, we all need a chase, but also be careful with that chase, right? Because that chase could also be toxic, and if your message isn't genuine, it'll fall flat. Amen. And so, anything I do to help you guys hit me up.
Man, roger that. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, thank you guys.
And I just want to thank our viewers and our listeners. This has been another episode of The Warning Order, all brought to you by Freedom Studios, Utah. And another awesome shout out to our sponsor, Rockwell. Live unrivaled. Lego.